Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Control Alt Record. With you tonight are your hosts Brett, Grax, Michael and myself. In tonight's show, we're going to have a bit of news. We've got a game review on Forza. We've got a new segment that we've called the Fuck You Award. We're doing the Control Alt Record quiz, and we have a checkout segment at the end of the show. If you do like the show, jump on to iTunes, give us a review, give us a rating, and also check out our other channels such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, which you'll find all the links to all those channels in the description of this episode. So let's get into blah, 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 blah. Let's get into the show.
Let's start the show.
All right, let's start the show.
You're listening to Control Alt Record.
So, a little bit of news first up. We found a couple of weird things that you can find online at the moment.
Weird.
Well, I don't know. This is a bit of a weird
might be completely normal for some people.
Well, it might be for some people, I guess. But I'll get it started. So there's a company in Kuala Lumpur. A cake company, so they bake cakes, which sounds pretty awesome. But this is a bit of a weird cake that I think is kind of weird. Anyway, it's a pimple popping cake. I swear to God, the cake is the picture of a face, and what they actually do, it's a sponge cake, and the baker essentially puts little pimples filled with chocolate and spongy cake mix, and what you actually do is designed to look like pimples, and for some reason you pop it. So I'll share a picture of this on our Facebook page, but here's a quick link for you guys so you can have a quick look what I'm looking at, but we'll post pictures on the site.
Why are you telling us this? I mean, what?
I think it's a good idea. I'd buy one.
I feel ill.
There is a. I know there's like.
And I assume people are buying these cakes to actually eat them.
Well, yeah, because they're still a cake.
There's some sort of like weird like fetishes in there about that sort of stuff. Like people like popping
Ask
pimples
Michael,
and stuff.
I don't know.
Squeezing and popping pimples.
Yeah, watching. There's lots of videos on YouTube you can watch.
The pimple popping stuff.
Then but I always thought something I would invent if I was a mad scientist is there's a couple of things I'd invent. One of them is like a cream, and you could put it on your arm or something, and then in like 12 hours you would have pimples there that you could pop. I would use that product.
What? That's.
Are you one of the people that like this sort of stuff, Michael?
No, I don't even know. I just thought that'd be interesting. I reckon that would sell well.
There probably is something. You could probably, I don't know.
I don't think there is.
Some sort of really strong chlorine or something might do it.
Chlorine? No, that would
I don't know.
Burn your skin.
Yeah, but you might get a blister that you could pop.
You have to like clog the pores and then fill it with dirt and then get
but the bacteria, it's a bacteria. It needs time to develop. Yeah. So I don't know if I don't know if it would work overnight. You know.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
Kinda.
Well, I'm
dream.
Yeah, it's gross. Also, like I said, we'll put pictures on Facebook and Twitter tomorrow after we release this show, so you can have a look at what it is. Otherwise, I'm sure you could just Google sort of
cake popping.
Yeah, cake popping. Pimple
it's
popping.
a whole new idea to those cake pops. Have you ever seen those? They're like the round ball cakes. Anyway, never mind.
The what? The cake pops?
They're called cake
I don't
pops.
think that's
like lollipop cakes that are on a stick. And
I don't think that's the idea behind the cake. They're not meant to be
I don't think so either.
resemblance of pimples at all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I just think it's something for Coles and Woolworths to do with all the leftover cake that's on the floor.
Maybe. Yeah, crunchy bits.
Brett, did you have anything?
It's not really news. It was more of a rant about. So I had a mate. Well, we've been playing Forza, and he went and bought, like a hard copy, with a disc and everything for his Xbox One. Got it home and then put the disc in. Was like, cool. I'll be online soon to play Forza with you. And comes up with a 60 gig download patch, in inverted commas. And it's like that's not a patch. That's like most of the game.
So we bought it on PC, and our download was 90 gig.
Yeah, 99 or something like that. I think.
Yeah, 98 or something.
Well, clearly they could only fit 30 30 gig on a DVD, so the rest has to be a download.
But is it like, are they sort of like cheaping out because they don't want to include all the discs? Is that sort of why
I'd
they're
like
doing
to
it?
think
Surely you
that.
can fit more
Yeah,
data than that
yeah.
on a DVD.
No, I think it's
No.
26
A
gigabytes.
Blu-ray or something is only it's only like it's like 27 or 30 or something like that. So it makes sense. But I feel
Yeah,
like
so
they
they're
should
just
include.
gone-
I feel like if you go, like, isn't that kind of false advertising? Like, if you go and buy the game, you should get all the game on in the package. You know what I mean?
Maybe that's the
well,
that's the
yeah,
sneaky
imagine-
conspiracy.
Well, I imagine that it's like, well, it's not going to be like you're not going to, like, when you get to a certain racetrack, you have to change the discs or anything. Like, how's that going to work?
No, but
So
you load
it'll
it
just
on. No, the Xbox has a hard drive on it, so you can load. You could
load it
install the
anyway.
whole game, and then it's all on there. But it's like
If
if you buy like but if you buy a hard copy, you should get the whole game. Like, as opposed to, like, you can go to the Microsoft store and you can buy the game
Of course.
a digital delivery version, and that's fine. But basically, you're still buying a digital delivery version.
Yeah, but if you had on that disc like all the game files, then you could just go to someone's house and then, I don't know, copy it onto the hard drive of the Xbox. So it's just one way.
So
of
what you're
getting
saying is
around
it's
that, I
a
suppose.
sneaky way of copy
It's not
protection.
sneak. I think it's pretty obvious.
Pretty blatant.
Well, you know.
But it's like if
blatantly
you
saying-
you worked in the mines or you didn't have a good internet connection or something, like 60 gig, that's a fucking big download.
Yeah, and then they'll go, well, you shouldn't have, we'll get a refund. They don't give a fuck because no one will complain. Nothing will just keep happening. So
Yeah. Does that happen with, like, is that just like an Xbox thing? Like, does that ever happen with PlayStation, that you get back and it's like a 60 gig download? Have you ever had that, Chris?
I haven't seen that before. No, sometimes you'll get day one patches, which is annoying
Just like
as
the
is,
fixes and
but
stuff.
they're not 60 gig
They're
big. But at the same time,
they seem way smaller. Like, I got like when I bought my PlayStation, it was 350 meg to update the PlayStation, the firmware, or whatever, and then I think The Last of Us, the patch was like 250 meg, and that's it.
yeah. But at the same time, I don't think I've actually come across a game that's 98 or 99 gigs in size. Forza's the first one.
They are
Has there been
big
any other
games.
game
Yeah.
that have been nearly 100 gigs in size?
Well, there is another
Ever?
one. Gears of War 4 was 120 gig, I think.
120 gig.
Yep, and that's another Microsoft title. So
So, and how many
Maybe it's all
hours
those extra files for cross-platform.
How many hours of
Maybe.
story, gameplay, or campaign do you get in Gears
just
of
a
War?
standard game, like 15 hours.
So,
or, it's nothing.
15 hours.
Something like that. I
What?
can't remember. I didn't even finish it, to be honest. So, I
So
don't know.
what is? So it's worth its money. Okay. So seriously, 120 gigs,
Yeah,
and
I know.
there's nothing. Well, okay, it's supposed to look nicer, but I'm sorry, but PC games are still going to look way better than a console game any day of the week. And it's 120 gigs. That is bullshit. I mean, maybe Microsoft's doing something wrong with their optimizing of the actual development of the games, because that's fucking
It
ridiculous.
seems like
not.
kind of lazy. Maybe it's like lazy sort of optimization, or they don't compress anything and they just leave everything as large as possible. I don't know. It's weird. They're just
That's-
like significantly larger than most other games.
Well, maybe all
Well-
those Microsoft CEOs that are listening to the podcast could send us a message. We could talk about it next time.
give us
Yeah,
give
explain
us your
yourself, you
reason.
bastard.
Yeah. Tell us what's
So
going
what-
on.
So we'll roll into Forza, since
about
you
Forza.
talk about that. You'll talk about Forza anyway, but that was going to be Brett's and Grax's game review this week. I say review, but depends how many hours I guess you sunk into it to give
I've
whatever
got a
thoughts.
few-
What are your thoughts?
I've
What
been
is
playing
your
it
thoughts
sort
on
of
Forza?
pretty much every night for about a week since it came out. Oh no, when did it come out? Was it Friday? Thursday?
Oh,
no,
whatever.
I'm sorry, I don't know. Anyway, so I've been playing it quite a bit.
But you spent the first half of your week actually downloading the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are we timing this review? Like, do we need to put a time pressure on Brett?
You can.
Or-
If you feel like I drag on too much, feel free to interject. I was going to... I mean, everyone knows what Forza is. Like, it's a racing game, so I don't really need to explain.
No, tell me about it. What do you do? Like, I don't know.
What you do, right, is there's a thing called a car, okay? So it's got like an engine, and it's got like
Where?
tires and stuff.
It's like a horse, but mechanized.
Yeah, it's like
Correct?
it's like a horseless carriage, basically.
Really? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so you get these.
They
and then
exist.
They do, and you can actually they have
cars
different
even have
speeds.
seats.
Yeah, they have seats and everything.
Seeds, okay, correct.
I think one's got an air conditioner.
Right.
It's really weird. So you can go
Only one.
and
That
you get-
must be the Kings. The the king of the
Hang
kingdom.
on, is this coming into my
one
time
has
of
the
my
air
review?
conditioning.
Because I feel like you're derailing me.
Oh, I'm not timing it. Don't worry.
Okay. So it's a racing sim, although I have... it does feel a little
What do
bit
you do?
more arcadey than some of the other ones, but I can't really tell you why. It's kind of weird. It's got like the main thing that sort of stands out to me about Forza 7 is the amount of content in the game. So it's got 32 circuits. It's got over 200 variations because you've got like long versions and short versions of the tracks and stuff like that.
Instead of going one way, go the other.
No, but it's got not just that. Like the courses do
Short
have different
tracks and-
way. Like they have, it's sort of they have short tracks and long tracks and stuff. So they are different.
So they're going. We've got like all these hundreds of variants, but all they've really done is just extended the straight, and then
Well, there's more area, but it's
Oh,
even having
okay.
32 circuits that's big. Like that's a lot of tracks for a game.
That's a lot of tracks for a racing game.
But what do you do? You just drive around a circle.
You race, it's a racing game. It's car racing, horseless sleigh racing.
So you
it's got-
drive around. So you're all in cars, and you drive around the track, and you have to go faster than the other cars.
Look, I understand that some people aren't into car racing, and that's totally fine. If all you like is Dungeons and Dragons, you're probably not going to like this game. Okay, so this is all about cars. It's got 700 cars, which is
Is there
pretty damn
monsters
impressive.
in it? Do you do any shooting with the cars?
So it's got 700 cars, and it's got a really good.
Do any of them have guns?
Michael, just shut
Do
up
any
for a
have them
minute.
guns?
It's got a really good, it keeps you interested because you unlock. It sort of gets you on that unlocking type thing where you do a race and then you get a new car and then you get money and you get all that sort of stuff. So it does have a sort of
you can't
system
have like
to keep you
guns or
playing.
like aliens or something like that.
For fuck's sake, just shut up for a minute. It's got a new dynamic weather system. So you can be racing and then halfway through the race, like storms will come in and it will start raining and the track gets wet and it changes how you're racing and obviously
When
what
it
tires
rains,
you've
is
got on.
it like monsters you have to
There's
fight
no
as well,
monsters. There's
or-
never any monsters.
we should create a new challenge segment where you have to try and review a game without being distracted by Michael.
Yeah.
That'd
Try and make it to the end.
impossible,
It's
I reckon.
annoying me. The sound and graphics are really good. The cars all sound really good. Graphics absolutely fantastic. They're a big step up from Forza 6. I think because they've made it for the Xbox One X as well, they've definitely stepped up, just what they can do with the graphics and stuff. The really good thing about it is it's cross-platform, so you can basically, if you're on a PC, you can play it against your Xbox friends, which is really, really handy.
And I've got to say, that's freaking awesome. Like, that is one of the coolest things. We've talked about it a couple of episodes ago. Cross-platform play is really... When you want to
great.
play with your mates and you just want to sit down and... Whatever game it is, doesn't matter whether it's Forza or gun shooting, alien, blowing up, whatever. If you want to play something with
What
your
game
mates
is
and
that?
they're on a
That
different...
sounds more interesting than Forza.
If you want to just... Doesn't matter what console they're on, just sit down and let's play this. and off you go.
So right there. So yes, they're going the whole. We could do cross-platform, but it's Microsoft to Microsoft. It's
Basically, yes.
It's
but
still,
it's
okay,
still...
it's PC to console. Okay, yeah. For
And basically, Xbox is a
Microsoft.
PC in a box.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
But it's cool if your mate's choice is to not spend, like we do, thousands of dollars on a gaming PC, and Michael doesn't either. But if they've chosen an
I get all
Xbox,
my equipment from the CIA.
yeah, there you go.
Free.
I think it's great. Like Brett was saying, he and I have been playing on PC. He's got some mates that we've been playing with that are on Xbox. I've got a couple other mates that are on Xbox, and we all get into a race. That's pretty cool.
And that's great for like the two games that Microsoft have. Because I think, Brett, you were saying it's for Microsoft exclusives only, like Gears of War or Forza. So that's great for like those two games.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, but it's only a new thing. Like they've only...
It's only just
This is-
recently started
yeah.
with Windows 10. So, it's an example
Windows
of what
10's
can
been out for a while.
potentially... Yeah, but it's not like...
But you don't sound impressed, Chris. But like,
No, I'm
you
not.
can't. Okay, so what PlayStation games can you do that with?
No, that's the point. That's the point. Like,
What is the point though? So you can't do it at all. But at least they're doing something. They're doing something.
Yeah. It needs to be Xbox to PlayStation. You could, if you do that,
But that,
Why
my
would
understanding is
why would
PlayStation
they
are the
ever
ones that are
do
dragging on that.
would
they
never
won't.
do that.
they won't. They won't.
Sony
do
are
that.
dragging on that, not Microsoft.
No, okay, yeah, I'm not sort of defending Sony, but like to kind of go, oh, it's such a great thing. It's Microsoft to Microsoft. It's basically the same platform to the same platform. It just looks
It's
a little
not,
different.
though. It's a PC to a console. It's like a totally separate thing.
Yeah, but it's still
Just because it's just because you're not getting anything out of it because you don't play Forza. So, but me and Grax,
No, but it's also really shitty that it's like it's just for Microsoft exclusives only. It's like okay,
At the moment.
well, if Sony
Can't tell me
fucking
if
pulled their
it
finger
takes
out, they
off.
could probably do something with it as well, but they don't want to.
Exactly. But you can't say it's not going to take off. Like, people are going to get on, and the only way is up. As long as people show interest in it, they'd be crazy not to.
Pretty sure
spend their market.
people have been showing interest in cross-platform for years, well before Windows 10 came out.
Yeah, hence why they're doing it.
I'd like to see. I think it would be good to see Xbox, PlayStation crossover, but I feel like that means they would have to cooperate and play nice, and I just can't really see that.
Never ever happen.
Yeah.
No, it won't. Now, if you want to then expand it out to say non-exclusive games to Microsoft, and then cool, we could say play Ghost Recon or someone's on the Xbox or Battlefield with someone's on the Xbox and I'm on PC, then cool, awesome. But while it's still just exclusives only, it's just like, it's like 2 or 3 games, and that's basically
but it's a step in the right direction, though. It's got to start somewhere. It's not just going to be suddenly everything's available cross-platform. It's going to be they are going to start it just with their exclusives and probably build it up from there.
Yeah, well, I hope so, but
you're like one of those.
At least with the Xbox, we can play 360 games on it. PlayStation's not backwards compatible, is it?
I don't get me. Fuck backwards compatible. Oh, it's like, hey, here's this new Xbox X1 XXX, and it's like you can play something Halo 1. Oh, yay, whoopsie-doo.
Hey.
Fuck that.
Someone might want to play it.
Not nostalgic, mate? Don't like
like,
play an old game every now and then?
If I'm jumping onto the latest thing, I'm not going to go back and play something from 10, 15 years ago. It's like, no, show me the good stuff. Show me that. I don't care about back.
Hang on. What game are you currently playing?
Shut up.
Yeah. So
how do we impress you, Chris?
And what did you say to me not 5 minutes before we started recording? I played this X amount of years ago and I didn't really get into it, and now I'm loving it.
Oh, Path of Exile.
Hey,
on PC.
Yeah,
I'm still talking.
Grax.
What are you talking about?
That's.
He's just saying that he would not play an older game on new hardware.
Game. I think that's still current.
That's only a couple years.
It's like 5 years old. That's like ancient, man.
Sorry, man.
No, it's not. It's 4 years old. It's really old. And it's still getting
so fucking old, man.
Today.
So old.
I'm talking about early 2000.
It's like Diablo 1, basically.
Halo 1.
No, he's talking about games from a previous generation of console. He's not talking about PC.
I'm just talking about any old stuff.
No, he's talking about old console games.
I didn't say that. Anyway, so back to Forza.
Man,
so
I didn't realize you guys were like Chris is so anti-cross-platform or anti.
No,
like
you're
anti-innovation.
I think.
Yeah,
No,
if it was, you know what, right? If it was PlayStation that did it, you'd be like, oh, it's so good, like good to see Sony doing that.
No.
Microsoft would never do it. Blah blah blah.
Can you imagine?
It's just because it's Microsoft, because you hate them.
No.
Can you imagine what it would be like if PlayStation did cross-platform with any
No,
Blizzard
guys,
stuff?
no. Listen, if a Blizzard put games on PlayStation, so if Blizzard put play StarCraft, you could play
Cross-platform.
Cross platforms. You could play StarCraft 3 against someone on PC when you're playing PlayStation 3. Chris would be like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever! Oh, Blizzard once again delivers the goods.
Yeah, exactly.
This is amazing.
Pioneering. They're pioneers.
Feat of engineering. This is beyond my wildest imagination.
Yeah.
I think the future is here, guys. I think we needed to stop the podcast because Blizzard has honestly set the human race forward several eons into the future. Well done, Blizzard.
Hey, Chris, I don't normally agree with Michael, but yeah, you just got owned, bro.
So do you like Forza?
I do actually. Let's get back on track.
I'm enjoying it too.
It's a fun. Like you need to be like Michael. Obviously, wouldn't like it because it doesn't have fucking
aliens and guns.
Because it just has cars. It's
anything fun.
If you like cars, it is fun racing. The racing's actually really fun, and the multiplayer
I can drive
races.
a car any day of the week. I own a car.
Yeah, but you can't race it around the street without getting arrested.
Why would I want it? It's dangerous.
Do you race in the streets in Forza that are or are they circuits?
Yeah,
There's street circuits as well.
It's a racetrack.
Yeah, but Yeah.
No,
it's a racetrack.
there's not street racing. No, it's like it's
Okay, no, but there's street circuits.
yeah,
through
yeah, but there's not
town.
like
Yeah, but there's circuits that have been then because you could have races in real life that are on the streets that are like circuited up, and
yes,
you get like
but it's
the
not-
like
But there's not like a bus, going past and like an old lady walking on the road. Like it's not GTA style racing. It's like it's a closed circuit.
There's a circus.
It's a circuit.
There's a
There's
circus.
32 of them as well, as mentioned.
Like lions. There's a circus with clowns,
Nice.
lions.
No, just horses and horsepower, mate.
So the other thing that is in Forza that you could probably explain a bit more about is microtransactions. That's now into Forza. Is that
Well,
correct?
do we want to get into that yet, or are we going to?
Oh.
Well, it's part of the game. It's part of the
Well,
game.
Grax had an experience with the microtransaction. It hasn't really come up to me yet. What were you saying, Grax, about it?
So as Brett mentioned, one of the primary things in the game is collecting cars and gathering up to the 700 and all that kind of stuff. And there's a page that you go to that you can look at the cars that you can buy. You win them in races, but you can also purchase ones that you want to get. And a particular one caught my eye. Like, I'm not a massive fan of the Fast and Furious movies, but I do like some of the cars in the movie. And I saw one of them and I thought, oh, that looks cool. Let's go and have a look at that. And looked at the description, and it was DLC, pay money. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like I bought the game.
I just
still want
paid
money.
$100 for this game, and no, I'm not giving you any more money. Get
But
out of town.
what are you getting for the microtransactions?
A car.
what are you buying?
Like, it's just a car to race in the game. That's all you're getting. And that's bullshit, really. It's just pixels that look different to the other pixels you're driving.
But they do they have like a day one car pack, so it's like, or day one DLC, so it's like they're literally just making that on the side, and then so you're not getting the entire game. Like, they just keep this like 10% away from you that you have to pay extra money for, and it's just really irritating.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. Like, you buy the standard version of the game, which will cost you close to $100, and you're like, then they've got the digital deluxe, and then they've got the fucking bells and whistles $50, $60 version, and you're like, and it's all just extra cars and stickers you can stick on your car, and you go, dude, fuck off, put it in the game.
Everyone else hearing? Are you
Yeah,
breaking
you sound
up?
like you're going into some sort of time warp and like time slowing down for you. Like, are you
it's,
approaching a black
Apologies.
hole? At the moment?
Maybe I entered the TARDIS, so I was pretty angry. What part didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
No, we got it all. We
Microsoft
got it. It was
saying,
just like
"Computer."
it just sounded like time was slowing down for you. That's all. It's really weird. Yeah.
Maybe when I get angry, it happens.
Yeah, it's like a. Yeah.
But yeah, we've talked about it before, DLC and early access and all these other marketing tools that game companies are using lately. It's just fucking annoying. You want to
Marketing
buy a
tools,
game.
they're just gouging tools. They're straight
Well,
up.
exactly. That's right.
Not
They're,
even
they're
marketing,
getting
they're
they're having their cake
less
and
than
they're
marketing.
having another 5 cakes. They're not just eating.
They're highway robbery. They're highway robbery. There's digital highway robbery on the information highway. They're highwaymen. Robbers.
Okay.
They're bandits. El banditos.
Digital
So
bandits.
with all that, would you recommend?
Yeah,
people
definitely.
buy-
It's a great game, and you should get it. Though,
Yeah,
having said
at
all that.
its base level, I'm having a lot of fun. Like my only other experience with Forza was Forza 5, which came with my Xbox, and I played it for about 20 minutes before I got hooked on some other PC game that I was playing. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Like I said in the last podcast, I picked up WRC 7 the other week and I've been playing that too. But Forza's just sort of jumped in front of it, and I think mainly because of the playing with the other guys and the online versing kind of thing. So that's really enjoyable, and playing with your mates and that, like we said.
competition between mates.
Yeah, and the
Sure,
cross-platform
awesome.
again is what has sort of caused that.
Without
to
it, we wouldn't be able
allow
to.
more people to
I
participate.
wouldn't be able to play
Yeah.
against a lot of my friends that just have Xboxes.
Yeah.
So sorry, Chris.
Okay.
I'm sorry it's so disappointing to you that I'm having fun.
Is there any, so there's no aliens or guns
Nah,
or like
none of that.
laser
You gotta get over it, Michael. It's not your thing.
monsters. Wow.
Cool. So moving on, we've got in about a month's time, Battlefront 2 is releasing in Australia on November 17th.
Hey.
And a lot of the advertising that was sort of seen, it actually sounds like it's gonna be pretty good from what we see in the marketing that they've brought out. In terms
They
of,
said it was good.
There's more.
EA are saying their product is awesome.
Yeah, they're like,
okay.
guys,
Says
this
it's
is going to
gonna
be
be
the best fucking game ever.
No, so this is what is coming to Battlefront 2. So we're obviously getting a lot more content than the first one.
Hang
so
on,
you're gonna
Chris. Can you just
no,
pause for one? I just need some background because is Battlefront 2, is it like this is the second Star Wars shooting game, correct?
to the first one that released a couple of years ago.
It's like the second. It's like Battlefront 2 too.
I
Basically.
swear to God, that just came out. It came out like last week.
No, it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh, fucking hell. But I thought there was nothing in that game. So this is all the shit that was missing from the first one
Yeah.
that's going to be in the second
It's
one?
You know
basically
what? It's pretty much, yeah.
It's what it should have been.
So this
apparently.
is basically like full. This is like DLC as a full
Okay,
release.
so if you just let me talk.
All right, sorry.
Okay, so the advertising is that we're getting more heroes, we're getting more maps, we're getting class-specific roles. The game still looks amazingly awesome. We're getting more Star Wars universe, which I think a lot of people always love. And one of the big selling points is that all the DLC this time round is completely free. So in the last one, there was like 5 or 6 whatever expansion
because you're
DLC packs.
buying
You had to
it.
pay for every single one. And so this time around, it's absolutely free.
Well, it's not free
Except-
because it's included in the game. I mean, it just means you get the whole game basically instead of them ripping.
Yeah,
it
well,
off.
that's right. Yeah.
I don't like
Okay.
the word "free" being used when you've paid $100.
Yeah, and also, look, I swear to God, this is like shit. They're like, it was going to be a DLC. They're like, let's just make this a full release. We won't charge DLC.
No, but there's
'cause we're
more.
already-
Hang on, Chris is getting to something because it's
He's getting to it.
yeah.
There's
So-
also a free map where you can play the Emperor. Oh, fuck me, it's worth $80.
Okay. So
Do you do the advertising for them?
it sounds like it. Yeah, I reckon
Play
I'm
the
very
Emperor. Or
enthusiastic.
Grebo. You can
Now-
play a Jawa and wander around the stars. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
I think he just channeled the Emperor through his microphone.
It was like the gargling noises while
Can we just let-
his microphone.
Can we just let Chris talk for like 5 minutes?
Okay, yeah. So all that sounds pretty cool, and it's getting a lot of people hyped for it.
Hang on, what sounds cool?
And shut the fuck up! Oh my god!
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
so this is now where we lead into what's going to be my rant about Battlefront 2 and why the new segment of the Fuck You Award. This game, EA and Battlefront 2 they have my personal fucking fuck you stamp of approval, because this is going to be fucking terrible, and I don't think you should be spending your money on it. So look,
Stamp of disapproval.
yeah. So why I think it's going to be terrible is, firstly, the gameplay. Look, it's pretty solid after playing the beta, because that's what's out at the moment, and people are all jumping into that. And the biggest thing in it is the character progression. So to give you guys a quick concept or a general idea, give listeners a general idea of what the progression is every class that's in it. There's 4 classes. Each of them require things called star cards, and the star cards have different effects, and they basically make your characters stronger in different ways, whether it's offense or defense or abilities and things like that. Each of those cards will actually have 4 tiers of strength, ranging from like level 1 to 4, basically bronze through to gold or whatever it is. So at the moment, there is 2 ways that you can earn different level of star cards, which is either by upgrading your cards through something called crafty materials, or randomly getting stronger leveled star cards in loot crates. So that is currently the only way that you can progress your classes, is either through random rolls when you open loot crates, or crafting materials.
And you can buy the loot crates, right? With money.
And this is where things get really fucking shitty. So you can only earn crafty materials in loot crates, which are random. So you randomly get crafting materials when you open a loot crate. So you don't even guarantee to get the crafting materials for a start. So where do you buy the loot crates? What you actually do in the matches is you earn credits from leveling up and actually playing matches. And in the future, you'll be able to use real money to buy loot crates.
There it is.
In a nutshell, you need crafting material to upgrade all your shit. You can upgrade your star cards through the crafting materials or through random drops in loot boxes, which you can get by, playing games. So there will be people that probably come to the defense of Star Wars and go, but you can do it while you play the game. It's like, yeah, but you get fuck all actual credits, and the chances are terrible. So the other thing that you can obtain in the game is new guns, which can only be unlocked with crafting material. So the same material that you need to upgrade your star cards is the same stuff that you need to unlock your guns. Now, to give you a sort of idea of numbers at the moment, so at the moment you need around 600 pieces of crafting material to unlock a gun. And that's just one gun. And each class has multiple guns.
We have no context of what 600 means, though, because we don't...
Okay,
do you know what I mean?
So at the moment... the material that the crafting material you actually earn from loot boxes is around, at the moment, what we're seeing online through YouTubers and videos is about 10 to 20 pieces of material per box that you open, which is still a randomly obtained chance of actually getting the material in the first place. So when you actually look at how many credits you need to open a loot box, you need around 1,000 to 1,100 credits. And at the moment, what people are seeing is around 150 to 180 credits that are being earned per match.
Yeah.
So on average, it's taking people around 8 to 12 matches to actually earn enough credits to buy one loot crate. And then once you've actually got it, you've got to pray to the RNG gods that you get crafting material. And then you've got to kind of pray again that you get more than 10 pieces of crafting material, because after all, you need 600 to unlock one.
Essentially,
gun.
like what they're doing is they're adding like a grind, they're adding like chores into the game, basically, and then it's like you have to pay money to get out of that work.
Yeah, so basically they're going, hey, we're not going to charge you for your DLC, but here's this semi-essential thing that you need, and we're going to charge you for that instead.
Yeah. So, exactly. So all the things that you need to level up your character progression in terms of your star cards, unlocking your guns, and each gun has certain attachments, has like 3 attachments, which also need up to 300 crafting material. So it's getting to the point that, and then every time you upgrade your star card, every level requires more crafting material than the last.
But the important thing here is that all this stuff can be bought for money, right?
Exactly. And so, so people are starting to look at sort of calculating random numbers. Okay, so look, you're getting 8 to 12 matches and you're doing this. If you were to get, say, an average of 15 crafting materials guaranteed per crate, it'll take about 720 crates to earn you enough, like, crafting material to unlock a gun or unlock all the guns in the game. And that's 720 boxes. And that's not guaranteed. It's completely random to even get it. So you could get 10 boxes and not get any material whatsoever. So, of course, when you start to play in the mentality of that, people that have money are just going to buy boxes. The other thing that is that doesn't promote incentive to play well in matches is people on YouTube and streamers have seen people play like absolute shit and earn the same amount of credits at the end of the match as someone who did well. I saw one particular YouTuber, he completed a match with 2 kills, and he was near the bottom of the ladder for his team. His friend who he was playing with made 39 kills. He placed highest for damage, highest for kills, and also won the MVP for the match, and they both won exactly the same amount of credits. There's no incentive to actually want to play well in your matches. It's just ridiculous.
There was a guy,
AFK gaming.
There was a guy who was saying that, like, with the ships and stuff, like someone had got all the star cards, and his ship was like so powerful, it was almost like it was like they couldn't destroy it. Like it was like the difference.
No, exactly.
The difference in. It's not like, these are like little 5% upgrades. It's like if someone comes along with a bunch of money, they can be like just dominating everyone, basically, because you bought all the star cards.
Like, for example, with the star card, there's one that you can get if you have the Boba Fett hero class. And the actual card, when you perform a certain ability where you're actually flying up in the air for like 6 seconds or something like that to rain missiles and shit all over the place. You're stationary. But you can get a stationary card that if you unlock to the max, will reduce any damage you receive by 100%. So you could be sitting up there just killing people and no one can touch you. Absolutely no one can touch you.
They've fucked up big time here. This is like not good.
The other point that they've made different to the first one from 2015 is that in 2015 Battlefront 1 is to become a hero, there was random pickups just spread out throughout the battlefield. You'd have to be lucky enough to run over it, and then you get to play as Luke or Vader or something like that. How the hero class system works now is in Battlefront 2, where you're playing a match, you earn points to sort of go up the ladder for that particular match. And if you earn enough, you can respawn after you die as vehicles or stronger classes and things like that. But if you're someone who earns enough, you can respawn as a hero, and that's where that comes from. But only one person can be a hero at a time. So you have to be the person who's fast enough to earn enough match points to be the hero class. Now, when you have stronger classes through your star card system, what you're going to find is the same people over and over and over again just get into the hero class first and always being the hero because they've gone and they've got all the star cards. And the easiest way to get your star cards and shit is by buying loot crates. So this game is absolutely pay to win. EA have absolutely fucked it up. My recommendations for people is to stay away from Battlefront 2. It's a $100 AAA game with microtransactions designed to make your characters stronger, which is absolutely pay to win. Now, it's fucked, and they've broken it. They fucked it up. If you want to play Battlefront,
buy it still. So
no, if you want,
what are
so
you mentioning about?
I don't know. There's a lot of rage going on Reddit about this exact topic.
People are still going to buy it. They're going to keep doing it.
And
people have been doing this for so long. They're not going to stop doing it. They don't give a fuck.
No, but it's getting worse though. It's definitely getting worse. Because I could if it was a free game, that would be fine. That would but it's just when you're paying for a full price game, and then there's also the microtransactions.
Yeah, it's
like
ludicrous, but
pick one or the other.
Buy it.
Yeah, and people shouldn't. Like right now,
people are going to go, oh, look at the graphics. Oh, it's Star Wars. I'm going to buy it. Oh, I'm going to get a loot crates because it's going to be the best. They'll make heaps of money of it, and people will keep watching. And the next time they'll just make it even more blatant that they're just gouging.
It'll just turn into Call of Duty.
Yeah, 100%, and it's.
I don't mind the loot crate system when it's just for like cosmetic stuff, but it's when the stuff that actually affects the gameplay, like that's going to be shit.
That's
because
shit.
The other problem is like with something like that, if you come into Battlefront 2 like 6 months in, you're just going to get fucking your ass handed to you because you're not going to have any of those crafting materials
unless you go and spend more money to try and catch up.
Of course, unless you pay for it. It's just going to have a massissive gap between the veterans and the new players, and that tends to actually just like kills a game because people won't it won't get any new players.
Yeah, and I think if any listeners don't realize yet, the 2005 version of Battlefront 2 their servers have gone back up. You can pick it up on Steam for $15, $10 or whatever that is, 15 Aussie dollars. 2005 Battlefront 2, as long as there's no loot crates in it, go spend $10-15 on that instead of $90 to $100 on the new one because it's just bullshit. And no, look, Michael, you're completely right. And people are going to lap it up. They're going to buy it. And the problem is it's just a vicious cycle that is never going to stop because people will spend God knows how much money.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy AAA games. I just don't.
So
they're not all like that. They're not all like that.
No, they're not all like. No, they're definitely not.
But they're all getting that way. Like Forza, it's all bullshit. Every single game every big one that you like, it will be some bullshit thing where you have to pay for something extra.
Yeah, it's
Forza's Forza's a bit different because it's like you're not really in an advantage as such. Like you get it's when you can pay for an advantage that it becomes a big problem. I think.
If you can pay for an awesome engine that doesn't belong in a certain car and you can put it in there.
Yeah, like Forza's you've already got 700 cars, then there's another 10 that you can't access, which is it's frustrating, but it's not game breaking like this could be potentially.
Yeah, it's because that's the thing. Like other. I don't care for microtransactions. I don't care for loot box systems as long as it's not giving a player an advantage over another player.
Yeah, it's like Player Unknown Battlegrounds has loot crates, but it's just cosmetic stuff.
It's just cosmetics. Yeah, because look, I get companies and they're businesses at the end of the day. They've got to make money somehow, and microtransactions are the new thing. But when microtransactions on a full-price AAA game is providing players advantages over other players is just completely wrong. Fine, cosmetics, fine, whatever. That doesn't affect the game. It's just fucked. So, fuck you. That's it. I'm done. What's next? The quiz.
Major point.
Let's go. Yeah, I've made my quiz. Okay. Yeah. So stamp. I don't know if you heard that. Just me hammering my desk. That's my stamp.
So what was that again? The fuck you award.
The fuck you stamp award.
So next time it could be the
stamp of fuck you stamp of disapproval.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or there's the fuck yeah because you should buy this. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll Still making these up as we go. So next up, we have the Control-Alt-Record quiz. And this week, the quiz master is Grax.
Hey.
Just before we start, quick recap on the standings. Who's got how many points? Because I can.
It's 1-1, isn't it?
I think it's 1-1.
One for everyone.
30. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Because remember you screwed up with your true or false, and then I started again.
I remember you cheated, basically. Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't cheat. I played.
You took advantage. You basically paid to win somehow. I don't know how that works. But.
Chris is the
Yeah,
EO
I
of the
don't-
quiz world.
Played the odds.
Yeah.
Played the odds.
You're doing exploits, and you're
well-
you're taking advantage.
No, because
Yeah,
EA is the
hacker.
supplier.
I'm pretty sure he had a bet on with one
Question.
of those betting agencies.
Mm.
No. I just played the supplier. You were the supplier of the question. I just played the game. Don't hate the player.
Don't hate the,
win.
yes, don't hate the player.
In an unfortunate manner.
Alrighty, gentlemen.
All right.
So shall we?
How many questions?
Are you all ready? I have 10. I know that's a bad thing, but I've actually got an 11th if I need it.
Yep.
So
Why
we
don't you
should-
just say you've got 11?
Well, because
10 standing
I
questions.
wanted that response from you, Michael, because I knew you couldn't let it
The
go.
11th is the bonus tiebreaker, if required, since we figured out we needed that last week.
Grax, I've noticed that you've got quantum responses. You've got quantum responses. There's always a meta comeback. That you're
100%.
one step ahead.
Mate, I play chess regularly.
Quantum responses.
all right,
I like
well-
that. That's good.
I guess that's not. I've sort of disproved my theory with that stinker of a comeback.
Anyway, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the quiz.
I'm going to win this quiz.
Maybe. All right, question 1. What is the name of the designer of the popular turn-based strategy game series Civilization?
Brett.
Sid,
Brett.
Sid Meier.
Shit. Damn it.
Yes. For
I would actually pronounce Sid Meier, but
yeah, Sid Meier.
Sid Meier.
yeah, I think
I'll
Meier's
give you,
wrong.
I'll give you an extra point if you can name the additional designer that helped him on Civ 1.
Oh, fuck knows. No idea. No idea.
Cool. All right, moving on. Question 2. Finish the title of this popular 1998 PlayStation game. Spyro the
Brett.
Chris.
Oh, fuck.
Dragon.
I was first.
Chris. No, Chris just got you there, brother. All right, so we got
But on
one.
mine, I sounded first. So on the recording, it'll sound like I actually said it first.
Yeah,
because-
Australian internet, man. It could have been Michael. Anyway, so 1 to Chris, 1 to Brett. And Michael is currently on 0. Question number 3.
That was a quantum insult.
It may have been. I'm so transparent. Super Mario Brothers in 1985 was the very first video game to use the term one-up when referring to an extra life. What object actually gave
Brett.
you...
Michael.
Michael
Michael.
got that.
It's a green and white mushroom.
Fucking bullshit.
Yep, I will pay that.
You were here on the recording that I said my name first.
No, Michael.
Brett, what were you going to say that was your answer, Brett?
What you said.
What did I say?
Guess we'll never know.
Didn't you say turtle in the face?
Said Bowser.
When the Goombas touch you and you die?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, question number 4. What is the name of the renowned Japanese video game designer?
Chris.
Michael.
No, that was Chris.
Hideyuki Kojima.
Yeah, I was going to say Hideo Kojima. I don't know what the question was going to be, but he's the only Japanese designer I know.
Yes, Chris, you can have that.
Thank you.
But I said it.
No, Michael
Yes,
said it.
but
Didn't he?
No, I know.
No,
I know, but Chris
I
said,
said
Chris
Michael,
pushed the
and
buzzer first.
I said
sorry.
my name first.
I said Chris.
Fair
So
enough. I guess.
wait.
Chris did that cheating thing again where he answers before he knows the question. It's annoying me, actually.
Doesn't matter. If he pushed the buzzer, he gets a go. If Michael
Quantum
can't hold his
cheating.
wad,
Quantum
it's his problem.
Is it quantum cheating?
Quantum answers, basically.
So, hang on. So what's the score? Is anyone
So
keeping
it is-
track?
Yes, I am. So you, Chris, you have 2, and the others are on 1. So please make sure that when you don't say the answer till I say your name, and then you won't have that problem.
Seems logical.
Don't know about that.
Yes. Okay. Question number 5. What is the name of the classic video game that was made by Sega all the way back in 1981?
Michael. Sonic
Yes,
the Hedgehog.
No.
No,
Did you say 1981?
Sonic the
1981.
Alex
Michael,
the Kid. Alex,
You don't
no,
get the kid.
you're out.
Shut up.
You're
done.
done.
Michael's done.
Mute him.
Quantum
Mute him.
answers. Quantum answers.
No.
Doesn't mean you can
So,
cheat.
For Brett and Chris only, the rest of the question.
Yep.
In 1981, that involves navigating a frog across a busy
Brett,
road. Chris got that.
Oh,
Frogger.
Frog is correct. Oh,
What
Chris.
did you say? What did
I
you
was
say?
like 4 seconds ahead of Chris, and you're still like, yeah, Chris.
Seriously,
Mate, it must be the lag because I'm hearing him.
You guys will hear it on the recording.
Oh,
You'll see.
Brett,
You'll see.
I know what this is about. I
What?
know what this is about. This is East Coast versus versus
Hey,
Oh, actually, you're right because
favoritism.
well, no, but like think about it, right? Because those guys are near each other. Chris is probably coming in
Yeah.
fast, like first or something. So it's unfair advantage.
Favoritism.
I think Chris-
and favoritism.
I think Chris
Hey,
shouldn't
so
be allowed
what-
to
so how
answer
does
any
that
more
work?
questions to make it fair.
I agree.
I just
agree.
think
How
it's
does
all
that? How does that work for us on any other days when you guys?
yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't apply.
Brett and I always go first because we're in the West Coast.
Yeah,
So we're
we should have a
at
3-second extra delay.
Well, you already got a 4-hour head start on everything, so you know.
All right,
I just
Okay.
think you've been a sore
Shall we?
loser.
Shall we move on?
you'll hear it. You'll hear it in the recording.
I'm sure I will.
Okay.
Sure I will. Okay. Question number 6. I've got good feelings for you on this one, Brett. What is the name of the primary protagonist in the God of War series? On
Michael.
PlayStation?
Michael.
Oh, Michael, go ahead, over.
Kratos.
Kratos is correct. Michael coming back with 2 points. There you go.
Don't need any of this East Coast bullshit, cheating, as they call it.
Yes,
I've muted
okay.
Chris. That's why. Oh, he's back.
Fuck off.
Okay, so just a quick recap on the scores. Chris in front on 3, Michael is second with 2, and Brett, you're on 1.
Boo.
Okay, question 7. During what World of Warcraft expansion was the area the Thousand Needles flooded?
Michael.
Chris. Ah, fuck.
Michael got it. Go, Michael.
Fuck, what's it called?
Wait,
No, let me say it. Let me
Five.
say
He's
it.
Googling it.
4,
He's
3,
Googling.
2,
Drain
1. No, sorry, Chris, you were second.
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm is correct. Chris, 4 points.
I haven't even played that one, so I feel like that shouldn't count.
Neither am I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you might get this next one then. Question number 8. World of Warcraft question again, so just prepare your brain.
Okay.
What 2 cities in World of Warcraft are connected by the Deep Run tram?
Chris.
Michael. Orgrimmar and Gnomelandia.
Stormwind and Ironforge.
Thank you, Chris. That's 5 for
Did you just make those up?
No.
Yeah, and I confuse things because I don't think
Ironforge
that
and
the orcs and the gnomes aren't on the same team.
No, they're not,
That one wrong.
unfortunately.
And then
Were you trying to pronounce Nogaregum?
I was trying to say the gnome land and the gnomes don't even have a homeland, and
Yeah, they do.
then the orc land.
No one.
Auckland.
Orc house.
Okay, so it's looking like Chris has won
remember
by a
what
long
plan.
way. But anyway, we might as well keep questions just to see if Brett can redeem
Oh,
himself
I don't
at
think so.
one point.
Because I can't possibly because Chris just, even though he speaks
No,
about
no,
3
I mean,
seconds
like,
after
if you-
me, doesn't,
but you
he
might-
still gets a shot.
Well, actually, okay, so there's only 2 questions left. It's pretty. Chris has won. Okay, so Chris, you just be quiet for the next.
Oh,
2
you're playing for second place.
Playing for second place. All right,
Right.
so Chris can be quiet. He can chime in.
I feel like it's even
if you
with
don't get
Michael
it.
because we're both miles away.
There you go. That's okay. Fair call. All right. So question number 9 in the Hitman video game series.
Brett.
God, who cares?
Brett.
I didn't say that.
I didn't think that'd actually work.
Oh, did you? Say
Sorry, I
that?
just said
Oh,
his name.
Chris, sorry, I totally didn't.
Yeah.
Totally didn't get
He's
that.
trolling
All
you.
right. Okay. He's trolling me. I didn't even know. Oh my god. All right. Sorry. In the Hitman video game series, what is Hitman's code name or?
Oh, I
Brett,
know this,
Brett.
Michael.
Brett.
47.
Agent 47.
Thank you, Brett. You are now tied for
I
second
did
place
say that
with
before,
Michael.
Brett.
Yeah,
So,
and once
but
again,
when
you
everyone-
didn't.
And once again, you didn't listen.
Yeah. And
Brett
I
pushed the
already,
buzzer
I did know
first.
that, Michael. If it makes you feel better, I definitely knew that.
Okay, I knew you did. That's why I tried to jump on in early, and I tried to use some
Tried to-
subterfuge there.
Tried to confuse Grax, basically, but
Yeah, we're
didn't
gonna
work.
stick together.
Yeah, well, you know,
West Coast got to stick together.
confuzzulating. So for the final question to see who comes in second place, you're both on 2 points. The winner of this question will, determine the loser, basically. In the Grand Theft Auto series,
Oh, yeah.
what is the name of the retail chain where your character can purchase weapons and armor?
Brett.
Michael.
Michael got that one.
Ooh.
Ammunition.
Oh, we got it.
Ah,
Oh,
Come on,
Michael.
Good one.
Congratulations.
Oh, that just came to me like a.
I actually
didn't even think.
epiphany. Oh,
Yeah.
I actually said it, and then I was like,
Mental.
hang on, I can't remember. So I actually, I didn't know that at all.
It came to me like
There you
the
go.
Lord spoke to me and whispered it in my ear.
It's almost like
Quite a
Google just told me
moving
what it was.
Just-
Hey, Brett, I'm not like that. I'm not a Chris.
there you go. I also had another one, but that's
What was
okay.
your?
What was the last
um,
one? I want to hear the last
What
question.
was? Yeah. What
Well,
was the?
okay. So it's another Grand Theft Auto question.
Yeah.
What is the name in Grand Theft Auto 5? And I find the name of this particular company fucking hilarious. What is the name of the armored car company in Grand Theft Auto 5?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I can't remember that.
You don't go around blowing the doors off the armored cars?
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
I just.
I haven't played it for ages.
What's it called?
Yeah.
I haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, actually, I think they might have been in 4 and
Or as I like to
possibly
call
3
it,
as well.
Grand Theft Auto, same as all the rest of.
Don't even start. Don't even fucking start.
Don't even go there. We're triggered. Okay. The name was Group 6 or Group Sex.
Yeah,
is
I
how
wasn't
it's-
going to get that.
Yeah.
Cool. There you go.
There you go. Chris wins 2 weeks in a row. Congratulations.
I'm on the comeback. There we go.
Well, you know, if
Well,
it's,
I was down by
our
one.
Western Australian counterparts are to be believed, it's due to internet
Lag. It's all lag.
Yeah.
Lag and packet
Well,
loss.
I guess we'll just have to see next week when someone else is, or the next episode when one of you guys are doing it. Who is next anyway?
You should be doing
Michael-
it. Have you done the quiz
Michael?
yet?
Is it Michael?
Might be.
Winner always goes next. That's a rule.
No, I said a rotation.
No, it isn't. It's
Yeah,
Michael.
isn't it
does-
you, Chris? Because
Michael-
Michael did. It was Michael then.
He did the dark. Well, we can work this out.
He did the
later.
Dark Souls quiz.
We'll work
Yeah,
it
we
out.
can.
We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
We'll post
The
on
dark,
Facebook.
yeah, the Dark Souls quiz. I remember that one.
Yeah, the Dark Souls and D&D quiz.
The developer from software. That's what I would always start with.
So
Congratulations, good stuff.
The best video game developer in the world from software. He was the best video game ever, Dark Souls.
Yeah.
What was the name of the building in which they inhabited when they made their first game? The best game ever, Dark Souls.
Chris.
Which is the best game ever made. Go ahead.
Is the answer Dark Souls?
Correct.
You go partial credit.
Oh my
Dark
God.
and dingy
what's
tower.
what's the street address of the building where they made Dark Souls? Congrats. All right. Moving on.
So moving on, thank you. Yeah, so we've got checkout. This is actually something I came across about a week or two ago. Is a website for indie games that I kind of feel
Steam,
might
is it?
warrant a little bit of attention.
It's like, guys, I
it's
found
actually-
this new thing. It's fucking awesome. You can like download games and everything, and you can talk to your friends.
No.
It's called it's not Steam, it's Origin.
So it's on-demand
that's not indie
video
games.
gaming. So this is actually the company or the website's called Jump. It's actually being titled as the Netflix of indie games. So the website is playonjump.com. But essentially what you do is indie developers go up
.au
there.
or .com?
Just a .com.
Oh.
Playonjump.com. So I'll quickly just go to the About section. So it is about...
Playonjump.com.
Yeah. So...
Are we getting money from them or what?
No, but
Oh, we're just doing
I
a free ad,
I-
okay.
Yeah, I just thought it was quite a cool little service.
I'm just
So
kidding.
it was set up launched about 2-3 weeks ago now, and it's been a startup company that sort of started about 2.5 years ago.
What games
It's
do you
finally
get?
up and running? It's
How
so
many? How many?
Yeah, how many and what games?
so at the moment there's about 60 plus games in their library,
It's not bad.
and they're
What
looking
ones?
to
What
expand.
ones?
Look, there's nothing.
Name the best ones. What's the best 5?
Yeah, what is the best
Oh,
game?
I wouldn't have a clue. Like,
Oh,
I don't
fucking
know.
hell! You should know.
Hey, I'm just scrolling through the
You're
website.
really selling it to me, Chris. I got to say, you really,
just-
I really want to get these unknown 60 games. I've never.
There's
heard
one
of.
here. Listen. There's
that's
one here.
the
It's
point.
called Red Game Without a Great Name. So-
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
Almost as good as
the
this
classic,
podcast.
the classic red game that everyone
Yeah,
knows.
so-
Like new,
What
so
you
it's
actually-
like Newgrounds that you have to pay money for.
No, it's free.
Well, okay, 14
free,
days
is it?
free. But for the first 14 days, it's
14
free.
days.
Oh,
Um,
and
But
then
if you
otherwise
put in,
it-
and
then it's $700 a
promo
month.
code. If you put in Control Alt Record as the thing code, you get another 1 day free.
No, you won't.
No, you might. No, we haven't. We'll work it out with them. We'll work it out with them.
Yeah, we'll see how we. But look, it's a platform or a website that is designed to promote like original indie games. It's once you pass the free 14 days, it is $10 a month for subscription.
You get to play all the sort of trial games that all the uni students,
all the big names, all the big names in the gaming
all the
industry.
Sort of all the games made at those 24-hour game jams where they just whack any old shit together. It's brilliant.
I'm all for, I don't know, trying to promote people trying to get their stuff off the ground because there might be some.
Yeah, I agree.
So they got stuff like they got like the new Forza. Obviously, is going to be on there. They've got
indie games, not
indie
AAA games.
Okay,
it's focused on the indie market. To
Player
try and give people a bit of
Battlegrounds.
exposure.
Is that an indie game? It was. I don't know if they call it.
Well,
is that on
not anymore? It's mainstream
now. But look, you download basically a web-based app. You go through your you go through the browser. You go through the different categories, and you literally, if your game looks interesting, you click play, and after a very quick download, away you go.
I'm trying to find a game that I've actually heard of at the moment. That's what I need.
Well, you probably won't find them because they're all designed to be.
Games, look, it's a good idea, but I mean, it depends on
Dungeon Rushes. That looks good. Sorry.
No, I like the idea and the concept behind.
They've got a good website. It's not bad.
Remember that that stupid service where it was like there was all these like really good gaming PCs somewhere, and you would get a subscription, and then you would play you would stream the game. Remember that? That never really took off, did it?
Rings a bell.
Do you mean like? What do you mean stream it?
It was like someone the computer would be somewhere else. Like they had all these like super beastie PCs. And you would pay a certain subscription fee, and then you would you wouldn't have the PC. You would stream it. You would play online. You would stream it.
But that'd be how laggy and shitty though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would suck ass, but obviously never.
Like the
definitely in Australia.
Like the Steam thing where you can play. You can stream it to another computer, in the other room. So it's like a version of that. You can literally be on Ethernet in the next room, and it still sucks. So I can't imagine the online version of that must have just been horrific.
Yeah, I think they're all out of business now. So sorry about that, guys.
But that's not what this is. This is all the big indie games.
This is the biggest names in university development.
Yep, games like Dungeon Rushes. I think that's what it was. I've closed it now.
Anywho, so
I didn't even go to the website. Game.play.com. What is it called?
Playonjump.com.
Play on jump. Jeez.
You're going to be blown away by the games on there.
Is that a play on words or a play on?
Hey, Michael, you might be the only person here with a PC good enough to run these games.
Yeah. No, we could all run them. This is all he can run.
60 plus, 60 games. Oh my god, 60 games as if it's a big thing. Sorry to shit on these guys.
Well, it's actually only
they're up and coming games.
Yeah, it's a startup company that's 2 or 3 weeks old. And where's your website with 60 games? Yeah, you kind of are a little bit.
They got some pretty good artwork for some of the games. Like the artwork's
I've heard of some of these games.
Have you?
I've heard of most of these games.
Really?
Oh, but I'm a bit more sort of.
Hey, Chris, check out this one.
You're taking it back.
Rogue Quest Episode 1. In the crypt of the Leech King, the treasure is waiting for an adventurer to conquer it. That's cool.
Look, so it is.
I like Mirror Moon.
Yeah, look,
I like Mirror Moon.
The idea of
Tumblestone. What's that? It's cool.
I personally like the idea of trying to promote small indie developers. Usually, these are probably people that they may be uni students or whoever, but they're
it's a good idea. I was nasty. Unnecessarily, I think this is a good idea.
Sometimes we're trying to be trying to be funny, but we just come across as dickheads. So sorry about that.
Much.
Sorry about that.
Anyway,
I like the.
So I thought that.
Can I just read out? There's a game called Actual Sunlight, and it says Actual Sunlight is a short interactive story about love, depression, and the corporation. So that sounds good.
Sounds like real life.
Fun.
Depression simulator.
It's worth a bit of a check out.
I played that. I played most of these games, to be honest. So why would I get it?
Well, maybe not you, but
that's a bit of an issue.
Well,
so why would you get this over like the Origin one where you can get games for $10?
Oh, you mean there has been? the Origin Access
Yeah,
Vault games,
Yeah.
where they sort of basically just churn out all the old shit. Where this is people that are trying to cement new original.
Oh, so these
games.
are new games. Yeah.
Yeah, these are new games. Like,
New up and coming IP.
well, look, whether they're probably new to how new they are. I don't know.
How come they're not
It
on
could be
Steam?
Anybody that I don't know.
No, they are on
Maybe they are.
Steam.
Oh, they are on
probably
Steam.
Most of
Steam.
these games are. I
that's
reckon
all right then.
all of these games are on Steam, but I think it's more like. Yeah, I wonder. Like how many games can you play in a month? I mean,
This is probably good for for someone like you though, Michael, because you for your computer. Like you'd probably get good value out of this, wouldn't you? Like actually being serious.
Well, for someone that plays
I've got a
indie
pretty-
games as well.
I've got a pretty good computer. You can play Skyrim, as well as many games.
It's like, guys, I can play this game that came out 6 years ago, and you're like bragging.
It looks pretty good. I mean, I don't think graphics need to get any better than Skyrim.
That's the pinnacle.
Yeah. And I don't even like Skyrim.
There you go. So
If somebody doesn't like it, you certainly play it a lot.
yeah, you go.
Do you just sit there going, "Oh, for fuck's sake," and you're sitting there playing, going, "Oh, this sucks. This fucking sucks," but I'm just gonna keep playing.
Just sit there like shouting at the monitor, going "Fuck you, Skyrim."
No, I fixed it.
www.
Remember, I told you last time I fixed it because I got that mod that fixed it. Makes
So it is good now. So you made it good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I fixed it. I didn't fix it. A
Made
mod
it better.
made it. So,
Okay,
guys,
well,
I guess,
that's-
if you want to check out Jump on Play, it's a great service. I think it's a good value. I think it's if you want to try out a couple of different games, you don't want to fork out. You're always looking for something to play. I think it's a good little backup to have. Just you want to go check something out. I think it'd be quite interesting to always have it on.
You think you did a good spiel.
Yeah.
So,
Well done.
Chris, actually, just a quick question on that because I can't see any info here. So, if you pay the subscription for a month and then cancel, do you have access to the games that you previously had access
I know what
to?
you're
or is
thinking.
that-
You mean what after
You know
the
what I'm-
month has
So you
passed?
mean
like-
sign up for the free trial, download everything, and then cancel? Is that what you're saying?
I wasn't suggesting that, but that's what I was wondering.
It would run through a thing like Steam. It would run through like a client.
Yeah, you'll probably have like, okay, if you pay today and then you cancel tomorrow, you'll still have to be registered for the next 30 days or whatever that time frame is. But after that 30 days, that's sort of how the Origin Access works, for example, is you could pay your whatever fee for the month and then cancel the next day, but you still have access to the Vault games for that entire month.
For that month. Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
I would assume that this would work the same. But that might be a question for the Jump people. So that I don't know.
Yeah, you don't even know. You're just answering questions like, "Yeah, guys, this is how this works." And
No, I was going to say, well, that's how Origin works. I would like to assume that if I pay $10, I've got access for that month, regardless of me canceling it halfway through. I've got it. I've paid for a month.
I want to know if you have to be online to play them.
Well, you have to download it.
Yeah, once they're downloaded.
So you do it.
Maybe
like DRM and that.
do some research for us and let us know next week. and where we don't
maybe
talk
what I
about
can
this ever again.
do is download. I actually don't know if my 14 days have passed because
Some of these games actually too look pretty cool.
Hang on, Chris, hang on. Did you just say I don't know if my 14 days have passed because I haven't played it at all?
No, because I haven't paid to get the next month. So I've paid. I've downloaded it. Got my
What games did you play for that 14 days?
I can't remember their fucking. I can't remember the names of them, to be honest.
You didn't play any, did you, Chris?
No, I
Tell
did.
the
I
truth.
did. I did.
Tell the truth. What game? Tell me one game that you played. Look at the list and tell me one game.
Hang
I
on.
love I love your ADD personality because you would have seen this guy. Oh, this is awesome, and installed it, and fucking right, and then you just like never go near it again. Basically,
Never played a single game.
No, I did. There was an adventure type one that didn't actually capture me.
It's really it's really really stuck
an
in your mind.
adventure-
It was really moved you.
An adventure type one.
What was it? Was it Road Quest? No, it wasn't Road Quest. I'm trying to remember now.
Adventure
Fun.
type one.
It's like adventure.
It was an indie game. It was had
It was.
2D
It was.
graphics.
I definitely played it on my computer. Like
Yeah.
it's like a video game
Yeah,
type thing.
there was a character and there was some enemies.
Yeah, what's the app? Hang on, where's the app?
It's called Destiny.
See.
Yeah, you got confused. It's like Destiny. This game's fucking awesome for $10.
Great for an indie game.
Yeah, how do these guys do this? How do they have the
Hang on,
budget?
I'm just loading up
How do they
now.
do
Maybe it's in my history.
I mean,
Hang on,
if
check
you can't
this
even
out.
remember what it is, Chris, it's probably not really.
No, I can't.
You're not doing.
So
it.
it was
Yeah.
one game. It was one game that you.
Dungeon Rushes.
Oh, that was
Dungeon
the one I
Rushes.
said. That sounds good.
Was it?
Oh, I don't know.
Dungeon Rush is
Dungeon
what
something.
I've played. I've got 6 days left. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, Dungeon
Dungeon
Rushes.
Rush.
That's the one I was looking at. I thought that looked pretty good.
Chris,
look,
maybe you
Dungeon
could
Rush
pick a
is
couple of
interesting.
games and review them or talk about them in the next podcast.
I actually might get this now.
Dungeon
I
Rushes
might get
is
it.
is $15 on Steam. So if
Oh,
you
wow.
played, if you
it's at
got
15
that and played
US?
Dungeon Rushes and one other game,
Michael's like
in a month.
Michael's like doing a better job of selling it than you are, for sure. Because
Actually, that was pretty good. That was
yeah.
actually a really good point about it's being obviously more expensive on Steam. Dungeon.
Yeah, if these
yeah,
games
that's
if
the
these games
point.
are on Steam and they're literally like $10-$15 each, then that's actually really good value.
Well, that's actually 15 US as well. So
Yeah, but
Actually-
I'm looking. It's 15 US on Steam anyway because
yeah, that's right. That's actually a really good point to sort of make that you.
they don't want a fucking prisoner money. Australian Southern dollar coins. I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I think
I made one good point and I thought I was on fire, so I just kept talking.
It's just-
Did you have a segment for us this week, Michael, or have you just come in? At the last minute?
Unfortunately, I deny. I
That's
did not have
disappointing.
that. At the moment.
Dinay.
contribution.
Maybe next time.
Good job. Anyway, next episode we'll have to get you to do something instead of just sit.
Instead of
interrupt.
take the piss out of everyone while they're reviewing.
Yeah.
Instead of like making your points for you. If you don't want me to do that, I guess I could stop.
You made 1 point. 1 point.
Yeah, but that's good enough. That's
Yeah, it was
100% good.
It was actually a
100%.
pretty good selling point, though. Anyway, so that's all we have for this week. So thank you so much for listening. Like I said, jump onto iTunes and give us a review, give us a rating, jump onto Facebook, jump onto Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is still quite small at the moment. We'll continue to try and build that. But that's it. So thank you so much for listening. We will catch you in the next episode.
Bye.
See ya.
Ciao.